Hope you all are doing good at home. In today's session, we shall be starting with a new lesson in physics. Before we start with, let us recall few things which you have studied previously, in the lower classes. Like, what are conductors or what are insulators? Conductors means substances which allow the electric current or electricity to flow through them are called the conductors, or you use the word good conductors of electricity as well. Which are the substances which are good conductors of electricity? Maybe silver, copper, aluminium. These are the good conductors of electricity, which means they allow the current to flow easily through them. What are insulators? Substances which do not allow electric current to flow through them are called the insulators. You also use the word bad conductors of electricity. Insulators or bad conductors of electricity. Conductors or good conductors of electricity. Either way you can tell. So which are the substances which do not allow current to flow through them? Wood, rubber, plastic. All these are the substances which do not allow the current to flow through them. Such substances are called insulators. You have studied about the conductivity of various substances in your lower class children, isn't it? And one more thing is, you might have heard or seen the people who are working with maybe the electricians. You can see them wearing the rubber gloves or standing on the wooden table or on wooden platform when they work with current. Now, hope you got the answer for that. The reason is very simple, because maybe the wood or a rubber are the bad conductors of electricity. They usually do not allow current to flow through them. That is the reason they are called bad conductors or insulators. Hence, the electricians use rubber gloves or they stand on the wooden platform when they are working with some circuit, because they can avoid the current flowing into our body. Means they can safeguard themselves from electric shocks. And you can see various electrical appliances. If you observe, the handle what we hold usually before connecting it is made up of plastic or rubber material. The reason, hope you got it, because they are insulators, that is, they do not allow the current to flow through them. Why am I talking about these conductors and insulators, you may think? It is because, children, in your lower classes you have already studied that solids conduct electricity. Just now we took the example, silver, copper, wood, rubber, plastic. You have tried various activities by allowing the current to flow through such materials and test whether they are conducting or not conducting. What do you mean by conducting? They are allowing the current to flow through them. What do you mean by not conducting? They are not allowing the current to flow through them. These are, so you have studied that solids allow electric current to flow through them. How were you testing whether the current is flowing or not? You used to test with the help of tester. You have studied about this tester in class 8th. Yes, no children? What is tester means? It is a device which is used to check the flow of current in any circuit. If you just touch the front part of the tester, again when you hold the tester, children, the handle part is made up of plastic, if you observe. Why? It is a bad conductor, no? So when you hold the tester, and even you might have seen your parents also, they can check if at all some socket, if you put the plug that is not working, means you can see them putting the tester inside the socket, and if the bulb of the tester glows, then the current is there. It shows the presence of current there. If the bulb of the tester is not glowing, then there is no current. Like that they check. Even the electricians can check. But few will chuck by themselves at home. Please, you don't try such things. If you are doing that, and with the help of elders, you can try it, children. So tester has a bulb in it. Whenever to check the presence of current, when you just keep the tester there in the circuit, what will happen? The bulb of the tester will glow. If the bulb glows, then the current is present. If the bulb does not glow, then there is no current. This is how they check. Hence it is called tester. What are you testing with the tester? Just the presence of current in the circuit you are testing. So children, in the lower classes you have studied or understood that solids conduct electricity. Solids conduct electricity. In today's new lesson, we will be learning a new topic, that is, does liquid conduct electricity? We know solids like copper, aluminum, silver, they are good conductors of electricity. Or plastic, rubber, they are bad conductors, isn't it? Have you ever wondered, does liquid also conduct electricity? Which liquid for that sake? We shall learn everything here in the new lesson. Chemical effects of electric current. Electric current, you know. But why the term chemical effects may get into your mind? Why chemical effect is, children, whenever we build any circuit, what actually will happen? What do you mainly need for the supply of current? You need a battery or a cell, isn't it? So this battery or a cell, when you connect to any circuit, children, the chemical change will take place, which in turn results in the production of current through them. Maybe in the cell or a battery, it gives the current by the chemical effect that is taking place inside the cell or a battery. Hence, we are going to study about such chemical effects of electric current, as well as we are going to study which liquids conduct electricity, how do they conduct electricity, and also about electroplating. What is electroplating? You have girls, especially, you all will be knowing, you wear the artificial ornaments, isn't it? It may not be gold, but it looks like gold ornament. It is not pure gold. Then what do you say? You might have heard your elders talking, it is gold plated, it is silver plated. You get many show materials or the gift pieces, the gift samples, what you get from your friends. Sometimes they give a silver, though it looks like silver, that is not actually the silver. It is silver plated, means the silver coating or gold coating will be done on such materials. How is this done? That is by the process of electroplating. How the process actually takes place. All these things we will be discussing in this new lesson, chemical effects of electric current. You have studied already the solids conduct electricity. Next question is, does liquid conduct electricity? The answer to this we will find out by doing some activities. Yesterday, I have sent the animation video of few activities, children, such activities which are there in your textbook. Please go through that animation video. I have shared the link in your class group. I am not uploading it in the YouTube. Instead, I am sharing the link in your class group. If you don't get that, then please text me. I will be sharing with you again. Watch those animation. You will understand these activities in a better way. Now, does liquid conduct electricity? To find answer to this question, first, as usual, we make use of this tester. Simply, if you take the tester, it is not enough. You should make sure first the tester is working, isn't it? So what we do is take the tester, connect it to a cell and a bulb. The circuit is said to be complete. The circuit is said to be complete when the two ends of the wire are connected. Like not connecting two ends exactly. Instead, look here, we have the tester. You can see the sorry, you can see the tester here. A wire, this is conducting wire, children. From the tester, a conducting wire to the tester, you just wind the conducting wire. That wire is connected to one end of the cell. It is wound on the cell, and the other end of the wire is connected to the bulb. Similarly, other end of the wire from the tester is also connected to the bulb. Nowhere you find the gap in the wire, isn't it? There is no break in the circuit. Such circuits, electrical circuits, are called complete circuits. To check the presence of current or to know the amount of current flowing through the circuit or for any bulb to glow, children, the circuit should always be complete. The circuit should always be a complete circuit in order to conduct or we can say to make the bulb glow. So we are using the connecting wires, a cell, a tester and a bulb. So whenever the current is flowing, if the current is flowing, then the bulb will glow. If the current is flowing to the circuit, when you connect it to a cell or a battery, the bulb will glow. If then it means the tester is working. If the bulb does not glow, it means the tester is not working. If the tester is working, bulb will glow, it's fine. What if the tester is not working? What do you think may be the reason if the tester is not working? Maybe the circuit connections are loose, the wires are loose, so that there is leakage of current and it is not flowing into the bulb, you may consider. Or what is the next possibility? Maybe the bulb itself is not working. Maybe the cell is dried up. You know the meaning of cell getting dried up. You use the cells for your TV remote and all. When you operate the remote, sometimes the TV may not work, in the sense the channel may not change, the volume may not increase or decrease. Well, what do you do in such case? You first check whether the cell is dried or not. Isn't it? Cell kali agide nodu, bere battery haku, bere cell haku anta. You might have heard your parents saying it to you. Even the wall clocks, what the cell or the batteries what you put, children, even they get dried up after some time. So when you put such cells or batteries, the chemical effect is taking place inside, which is making it to work. Also, after some time, maybe few cells or batteries have longer life, few have shorter life, isn't it? Depends on the company. You might have heard your parents saying, our company cell tarbada, bega mugdogata, where is omba? And then you might have heard them talking, isn't it, children? So, the battery might have dried up is one possibility. Third is the tester itself is not working. These are the possibilities for the circuit to not to work. In other words, for the bulb not to glow. Which are the possibilities, children? Maybe the cells are dried up. We will make a note of it because this is very important points. Maybe the cells are dried up, means the life of the cell is over, it is waste, you cannot use it anymore. Maybe the tester is not working, or the circuit connections may be loose, or bulb is not working. Bulb is not working. These are the possibilities what we think of. These are the possibilities what we think of when a circuit is not working, children. In other words, the bulb in the circuit is not glowing. You might have heard many times loose connection anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. What is loose connection? ಅಂದ್ರೆ wires loose ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ. Loose connection ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Wire connections loose ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. That is connections may be loose. Other case, I said the battery may be dried up, or the bulb itself is not glowing, or the tester is not working. These are the possibilities you can think of if the circuit is not working. Now, children, what do you mean by bulb is not glowing? When do you think the bulb will not glow? Or how does the bulb glow? Bulb contains a filament inside it. So if you consider a bulb, inside you can see a filament, isn't it? This is the filament which is present inside the bulb. When the current is passed through this bulb, how do you pass the current? By connecting it to a cell or a battery. When you pass the electric current through the bulb, the filament gets heated up. With the help of current which we are passing into the bulb, the filament of the bulb gets heated up, children. So when it gets heated up continuously, it will glow brightly. When this filament is glowing, it means the whole bulb is glowing. The whole bulb is glowing. As I said, we are studying about the chemical effect of electric current. But in this case, children, that is when the filament gets heated up due to the electrons, that is the electricity flowing through them. The filament gets heated up and the bulb will glow. The filament itself will glow, which in turn makes the bulb to glow. This bulb, hence they say that this bulb works on the heating effect of electric current. It works on heating effect of electric current. What is this heating effect of electric current? So for any device, electrical device to work, what do we do, children? We just pass or we connect it to the socket. And then we connect it to the switchboard with the help of plug or maybe directly sometimes. When you do so, you are allowing the current to flow through such devices, isn't it? Through any device, when the current is flowing, what will happen is the part of the electricity or we say voltage, what you are supplying to that appliance will be utilized for the device to work, and some part of the heat is dissipated in the form of energy. That is what is actually happening in any electrical bulb you consider. When you pass the electric current through the bulb, the filament gets heated up. Filament inside, and when the filament gets heated up, when you are passing the current, some part of energy or heat or your current what you are supplying is utilized in heating the filament, and that filament when it gets heated up, it glows. It glows, and in turn we say the bulb is glowing. Since the filament or the bulb is working by getting itself heated up, children, we say bulb works on the principle of heating effect of electric current. Or what principle does then electric bulb work? It works on the principle of heating effect of electric current. You will study about this in detail when you come to class 10. So for now, you have an idea that an electric bulb works on the principle of heating effect of electric current. And I said you why it is said that it works on the principle of heating effect of electric current. Maybe the fan or the mixer, any device you consider, children, it works on the principle of this heating effect of electric current itself. You may think no bulb is glowing there in the fan or mixie. How does it work on principle of heating effect of electric current means, children? When you run the fan for a longer time, if you just touch the regulator, it will be heated, isn't it? It will be hot. Now hot like not in the sense you burn your hand if you touch. Comparatively, you can sense the heat when you touch the regulator. Similarly, mixer or any device you run for longer time, what will happen? If you touch this body of the mixie, you can sense the heat. If you charge your mobile phone for a long time, if you just touch the charger, you can sense the heat. So, what actually is happening there means, children, through any device, when you pass electricity for it to work, part of electricity is helping in the working of the device. Maybe in case of the mixer to grind, the part of electricity is used. Maybe in the fan to rotate the blades, part of the electricity is used. Where is the other half of the electricity or some part of electricity going, or remaining part of electricity going means it is dissipated in the form of heat, and it comes out in the form of heat, children. Hence we say all these appliances or devices work on the principle of heating effect of electric current. You will study all this in detail when you come to class 10. So this is about the working of the bulb. So if the filament is not working, or if the filament itself is not taking the current, then obviously it doesn't get heated up and hence it does not glow, and we say the bulb is not glowing, which is one of the possibility when we consider that the tester is not working, or the circuit is not working, or if we say the bulb is not glowing in any circuit. So children, with this background, now we should check, once we make sure that the tester is working, we can check or find out the answer to the question, does liquid conduct electricity?